everybody! Welcome to the Jayda InStitches show. It's time for another little crochet quick fix. So let's grab our hooks, grab our yarn, head on over to the craft table, and let's stitch it up together. In order to make a Christmas light, this is a scrap project, so you need very small amounts of multiple colors for multiple colored lights, and a very small amount for each of the little sockets. So you could use gray or black or green or whatever socket color you wanted, but if you want your string of lights to look sort of united, you want to make sure you use the same color for the socket, so the tops of your lights all the way across. You need a pair of scissors, a yarn needle. I'm using a 5.5 millimeter hook today, also known as an I or a 9 in the US or a size 5 in the UK. And once you've got all that together, we can get started. We're going to begin with our light color. So I'm using green for this little Christmas light. We're going to make a slip knot and chain 2 to begin. So 2 to begin, 2 chains. You're going to skip the first chain from the hook and single crochet into the second chain. And that is row 1 completed. Chain 1 and turn for row 2. Work 2 single crochet into that stitch. And that's row 2 completed, so you have 2 single crochet at the end of row 2, chain 1 and turn. Row 3, we're going to work 2 single crochet into each of those 2 stitches from row 2. So 2 single crochet into each of those little stitches. And at the end of row 3, you'll have 4 single crochet all the way across, chain 1 turn. This is row 4. We're going to begin with 2 single crochet in the first stitch, single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches, and work 2 single crochet into the last stitch. So at the end of row 4, you'll have 6 stitches all the way across. So that's what it looks like at the end of row 4. You should have 6 stitches, chain 1 and turn, and for rows 5, 6, and 7, you're just going to single crochet in each stitch across. Chain 1 turn at the end of each row. Each of your rows, so 3 of them in total, will have 6 stitches in each row. At the end of row 7, you should have something that looks like this, and you should still have 6 stitches running across the top of your little light. Row 8, chain 1 and turn to begin. We're going to single crochet the first 2 stitches together. So you pick up a loop in the first stitch, pick up a loop in the second stitch. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull back through everything. Single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches, and we're going to single crochet the last 2 stitches together as well. So we've gone from a stitch count of 6 to a stitch count of 4. So at the end of row 8, you'll have 4 stitches, chain 1, turn. This is row 9. We're going to single crochet 2 stitches together twice. So at the end of row 9, you should have 2 stitches left, and that's your little light. We're now going to work a simple little single crochet border all the way around the edge. We're going to chain 1. That's going to give us a little bit of leverage, and we're going to work directly into the edge of the next row. You're going to work a single crochet into the edge of each of those rows all the way down to the bottom. Your 8th single crochet along the edge will be into the edge of row 1, and that leaves us with the bottom of the foundation chain right down here, right underneath our knot. So into that space, right beneath that knot, we're going to work 3 single crochet. So 3 single crochet into that, the underside of the foundation chain. And then you're going to work a single crochet into the edge of each row all the way back up. So there's the edge of row 1. I'm going to work over my little short tail too, just to weave it in as I go. And then you're going to work into the edge of each of those rows all the way back up. So you'll have another 8 single crochet on top of those. So you did 8 all the way down, 3 in the bottom, and then 8 all the way back up the other side. Once you're back up to the top, there's the first stitch of what was row 9, and we're just going to slip stitch directly into the top of that. So you should have something that looks like this. You can sort of stretch it out. You could also use the heat of your hand, lay it flat, and use the heat of your hand to flatten it out. That's it for the little light. We're going to snip our yarn. Fasten off. Flip it over, grab your yarn needle, and you can weave in that tail across the backs of some of those stitches. Next, we want to add the little socket to the top of our light. So we're going to grab our socket color. I'm using gray. We're going to start with a slip knot. Pick up our little light, and it's the top 2 stitches. So there's where we slip stitch to join. There's where we started. That's a little chain 1 that we started our border with. It's just these top 2 stitches at the top of row 9 that we want to concern ourselves with. We're going to join with a single crochet. And then single crochet into the second stitch across the top of our light. So we're just dealing with those little 2 middle stitches. Chain 1 turn, single crochet into each of those 2 stitches, chain 1 turn, and single crochet into each of those 2 stitches. And that is it for the socket. Nice and simple. It's just 3 rows tall, 2 stitches each row. You can snip your yarn, fasten off, and then grab your yarn needle and weave in your tails into the back of your little socket. And there we go, a simple little Christmas light applique. Now you could string a whole bunch of these together into a garland, which would be really cute, either hanging on the wall or even your tree, or you could use them as an applique and attach them to an existing project. I'm going to be adding some of these to my ugly Christmas sweater. I hope you enjoyed making these cute little Christmas lights along with me, and we'll see you soon here on the Jayda InStitches show. Until then, stay safe, stay crafty, and have a great week, everybody!